It's time to dust off your favourite chair and sit in front of the big screen TV. Get a drink in your hand because it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Your number one host, the Thunder from Down Under, a band on a quest to make money for beer. Sparring DK presents Relegation Regen Rebuild, PSG. Hello and welcome back to Relegation Regen Rebuild. This is season number 6 and it will be another accelerated season here with PSG as we push to try and qualify for the Champions League. We've got a lot to take care of in this episode, a full transfer window where we really need to bolster this team. We'll have to check how much money we've got. But before we get into anything today, let's get into a player upgrade. Right, today's player upgrade is for Cisse. We brought him back. He's now an 87 overall left midfielder that we're playing on the right-hand side because he has a right foot, but whatever. This one comes in from Joe Schmo. Thank you very much for your comment. We've actually got ourselves a number 10 here at the club. He's gone with an untucked tight fit kit, low socks, red Adidas boots, and some ankle tape in white. What have I missed out on? The tight kit. Hang on a second. There we go. Brilliant. Ready to go, and let's hope he can have a big impact for us this season. Straight off the bat, we'll get our training scenarios sorted. So Sam Coe would like us to train Boudry. Swamp Nil Goose would like us to train De Witt. He'd also like us to bring back Fen Lin. We'll wait and see what happens there. There's some decent players floating around, so we'll make some adjustments and some judgment calls on who we do bring back. But there's definitely some tasty regens out there now. Let's get the training in for De Witt. Carmezi Sufu React would like mock train on attacking and finishing. Sully Reimers would like Barbier train on long shots. And the final one is in from FR Mercer for Debogo to be trained on his finishing skills. Right, there is our training scenario sorted. We'll get them moving and jump into this episode. Right, taking a quick look at the first team. I mean, our front three are pretty solid. Amaral came good. Arnaz is looking solid as well. Barbier and Jesus doing a job for us. Ribeiro, Schulter. It's probably this left back, right back and left centre back, right centre back, whatever. These two positions here that I'm probably looking to strengthen the most. If we can find some regens out there to fill those voids, get up to, you know, an 80-plus player, spend some cash, you know, I think that will definitely help out the first team. The bench at the moment is pretty solid. I mean, we could probably use a different striker other than Debogo, although he could have a good season. We don't know. We've got the wings covered. Kamara is a decent option off the bench. And Michaels with the potential to be special obviously can be an option, but still a fair bit of growing to do. Now, when we take a look at the reserves team, though, we've got Debogo up front at 77. Olsen, De Witt, you know, he's doing his role. Mock, Kamara. Michael's there at a 72. Damas dropped back to the reserves for me, partnering up with Valente. Soro is a 69. Now, if we get a new right back, it means Branco can drop back. If we get a new centre back, it means Allen can come into this team, and the reserves will start looking a little bit decent. And then some of those players will come onto the bench. I mean, Tigmaui, potential to be special. All of these lads here, potential to be special players. They just need a little bit more time to develop, and we probably don't have that time at this stage while we're trying to qualify for the Champions League. So we'll see what's out, we'll see what's about, and we'll see how much money we've got to try and bring in some big key regens. I don't even think there's any at the club at the moment, so yeah, we'll have to see about bringing some of those lads in. Maybe Bellajou is a regen here, the left back from France. Yeah, I think he might be. Anyway, let's move on. Right, let's have a look at our objectives for the season, see what the board has for us. Sign a player with 75 plus potential. We'll be doing that, that's for sure. But by growing him by 10, probably unlikely. Brand exposure, gain 200 million earnings from shirt sales. Okay, good luck. Continental, they want us to reach the final of the Europa League. Well, we'll be doing our best. Domestically, finish in a Champions League place and reach the round of 16 in the Copa Nacional. Financials, they don't give a shit. Now, speaking of financials, we've got just over 260 odd million euro and 83 grand in wages. We might need to just play with that. Let's get that to about there because we're going to have to try and bring in some big marquee players, and they're going to want a decent wage. So hopefully that's enough money to get this team up and running. Let's jump in to the January transfer window. January? It's the start of a season. Oh, I'm all lost. We're just getting through this stuff so quickly. I'll stop rambling. Right, preseason tournament time as well. A good chance to play some of these lads into a little bit of form. Pretty much the same money, which, you know, it isn't really too much to bother about. Liverpool won the Champions League last season, so that'll be a good test. Let's take on the European Continental Shield. Right, we get a transfer offer in here for the Peruvian in Cordoba. Sign him up, but only an exciting prospect. And probably don't need him. He's surplus to requirements at this stage. We're going to be bringing players in. So some of these younger lads, I mean, even potential to be special players, it's tough because I want to loan them out because they are young and they're not going to get game time. But sometimes that can affect their potential and they may come back with a lower potential. We may run the gauntlet on some of the players. We'll wait and see what happens there. But I am going to accept this offer for Cordoba. Preseason tournament against Sevilla. A 4-1 victory. That's a good start. Right, we get a loan offer in here for Mikolas. That's probably a good move. He isn't a potential to be special player, but a decent rating. We will accept this offer, though, and see if we can gain some potential. Right, the reserves roll out here against Athletic Club Bilbao. They get us a 1-1 draw. Well, the move for Cordoba has broken down. Looks like it's going to be one of them transfer windows. First team playing here against Hoffenheim. It's a 1-0 victory with a goal to Cassell. And the Mikolas loan move has broken down as well. Right, first team rolls out. No, it is the reserves, but Arnaise has snuck in there for Olsen. He's away on international duty. We get a 2-1 victory. Right, let's have a look at some of these lads. I mean, there is some big regens floating around. We've got Pedro Santos Silva, 85 overall Brazilian, 22 years of age. Looks pretty solid, to be fair. Already going grey. 40 to 66 million. So it's going to be a fair bit of cheddar to bring in the 85 rated 6'2", but a low defensive work rate. Do I want to pay that amount of money for someone with a low defensive work rate as a centre back? We've also got Henry Felt, a right back and can play centre back. 84 overall. Amazing physical stats, and I think this is a lad that we need to pursue. 46 to 62 million. And we've also got Cesar Rodriguez, 83 overall, 21 years of age with a 5-star weak foot, the high defensive work rate, only 6 foot, but amazing physicals, and from Uruguay, so maybe the Godin regen, about 50-odd million. So there's probably two. I might let Santos Silva go there, to be fair, with his low work rate. I think Rodriguez will get to that level anyway. He's a year behind. But let's see if we can get Henry Fail in first. Right, so the hard ball was played there. His value is 39. We've paid 58 million. Well, let's see if we can get him across the line to strengthen our first team. Right, we make our first big signing of the window. It is Fail. And let's hope he isn't destined to fail here. But 22 years of age from Germany. 3-star, 4-star, high defensive work rate, a speedster and a crosser, and 99 acceleration, 88 sprint speed. Yes, please. 98 ball control, 87 crossing, 91 marking, 88 short pass. I mean, this lad is going to tear us up defensively. 94 slide tackle. There we go, our first big acquisition of the window. Right, I've decided I like the look of Cesar Rodriguez over Santos Silva, even though there's a 2 rating discrepancy. I'm sure that isn't going to be too much of an issue. It's more the work rates that I was interested in. So this is going to cost us a fair bit of coin as well, probably 50 to 60 million. But let's see if we can get Cesar Rodriguez across to PSG. Right, we get a deal done here for Cesar Rodriguez. 47.5 million plus Cordoba thrown in with a 15% sell-on clause. They've taken us to the cleaners, but let's see if we can get a contract and get this lad across to the club. Right, we get our man Cesar Rodriguez, and he is looking very decent. 94 jumping, 96 strength, 82 heading accuracy, stand tackles at 82. That's solid. And he's got the 5-star weak foot, the high defensive work rate, 6 foot, that'll be big enough. His specialty is strength. And our first team is starting to look good. Schulter, I'm not replacing him, potential to be special. He is going to turn into a beast. And that first team is looking quite solid. Now, Branco moves to the bench. Probably need another defensive midfielder or a striker, possibly, just to give us a bit more X factor to come off the bench. But I'm pretty happy now with how this first team is looking with just those 2 signings. Right, that means that the reserves team is starting to look a little bit more solid as well. Olsen out on international duty, but the backline of Dammer and Allen, while they were our first string centre-backs, they set in front of Boundary, who's up to an 81. Branco comes in here. Bellaju will grow. Maybe a CDM, I'm not too sure. Someone that can back up the first team but play here in the 2s and allow Michaels to drop to the bench. Jacobs has got a fair bit of growing to do. De Witt, I don't know. He's got potential. He's got class, and we've got Clark as well with potential to be special. So the team's looking good for the future, but maybe a few more acquisitions just to really strengthen our squad depth so we can have a real challenge this season. Let's move on with the pre-season, and we'll readjust and see what other players are out there available for us. Well, Fale's going to get a baptism of fire here against last year's Champions League winners. Rodriguez out on international duty, so Allen resumes at the centre-back role. And we come through. It's a 2-0 victory over Liverpool. Final squad reports are back from Romania. We've got Lucien Nicolai, 74-94, and Merce Rapanu, 71-94. Let's bring them both into the academy. We are here in Australia, and the only lad we'll be signing is Sam Davis. He is a right back. And we are here in Italy. We're going to let Mancini go. Federico Conti, I'm going to let slide as well. But Giovanni Greco, look at this lad. We'll see what he looks like in the academy at 73-93 potential. Time to send our scouts out once again. Leave me some comments down below on fresh countries to scout. Sam Coe is in once again, and he'd like us to go to France for physically strong. Mariano Monterulli would like us to go to Argentina for technically gifted. And the final one comes in from Dorak, who would like us to go to Turkey for a goalkeeper or a striker. Well, that's two completely different positions. We've got a goalkeeper in the academy. Don't have a lot of strikers coming through. Let's go to Turkey and also look for physically strong. What another big beast that we can put up front. Transfer offer in for Cesar Valente. Now, we've brought a centre-back in. He's slipped down, but he's the team mascot. We're not going to get rid of him. We'll reject that offer. Right, another loan offer in for Mikolas from Racing Club and a transfer offer for Tilvella. He's not going anywhere. Potential to be special. We want to try and hold on to as many of them as we can. Right, Sevilla are interested in purchasing Amaral. That's not going to happen. We've only got one striker at the club. Right, Mikolas has been loaned out. He's gone to Racing Club for 1 season. We get a transfer offer in from Watford for Ribeiro for 25 million. No chance. Oh, geez, Liverpool, we beat them and they're coming in for players. Tagmawi, 6.7 million. You're dreaming. Right, we are into August and we've got ourselves the U-Squad monthly report. Time to have a look at some of these players. Arlovski, 86-94, attacking. All right, winger still looking good. Bernard, 85-91, still coming along quite nicely. Kossi Diagana, 87-93. Elaine Silla, 78-86. Not good enough. See you later. I want big players. Arlovski, the central attacking midfielder, has dropped off, and I'm going to release him as well. Giovanni Greco, 88. No thanks. Sam Davis, the right back, 78-92. We'll see how he is next month. Cortez, 86-94, looking good. Bradley Brown, the centre back, 89-94 potential. Yes, please. Nikolai, 80-94 right midfielder. He's a winger, so we'll see how that develops. And Rapano, 71-94, another centre forward. No, thank you. Release. Right, Pierre Charpentier has been approached by Liverpool. They want to all have our academy players. They know that they are quality. 3.8 million. Yep, no worries. And Jose Sullivan has been approached by the Perth Glory for 1.25 million. Well, coming to my place. No worries, you can stay over, Jose. Right, opening game of the regular season. We're away from home, but we've recruited well with 2 players. Rodriguez gets a yellow card here on debut, and we get ourselves a victory, 2-1. Right, interest is shown in Daniel Olsen from Roma. That's fine. And a loan offer for Max Schmitz. Now, that's an interesting one. We've got a lot of left midfielders, but I guess Schmidt is doing some job in the twos. I'm going to say no to Fiorentina. Home game here for PSG. Bang, Arne straight off the blocks, and it's a 3-0 victory, but Fale's been red-carded. Right, a loan offer here for Ender McDonald. He's not going to get a lot of game time. Potential to be special, central attacking midfielder. Now, I don't want to lose his potential. We've got a lot of cams here. You're not going to see Arne's dislodged too often, so let's send him out on a loan deal, see if he can grow some rating, and maybe he'll come back with that same potential. Transfer Turks have broken down. All right, Branco gets a gig here at right back, away from home against Dijon, and we get a 1-0 draw. Scout report back from France. We've got Felipe Albert, 76-94 to keep an eye on. In Argentina, we've got Geronimo Vera, 68-94. And we are here in Turkey. We've got Fatih Gursebe, I don't know, 83-94 potential. I mean, 900 grand evaluation, straight into the academy. Can't pronounce his name. We'll work that out later. Right, players leaving on international duty. Arnaez for Spain, Rossi for Italy, Soro and Cisse for the Ivory Coast, Olsen for the USA, Rodriguez for Uruguay, Peter Michaels called up for Canada, and Ribeiro has been called up for Brazil. Right, draw for the Europa League stages has been done. Sevilla are there in Group A. Group B, Crystal Palace, Benfica. Group C, Schalke, Montpellier. Group D has Arsenal and Fiorentina in it. Group E, Stuttgart. Probably the pick of the crop in that one. Group F has Hoffenheim, Inter Milan, Rangers. Group G, Villarreal, Anderlecht. We are in Group H. We've got Olympiacos, Ghent, and Austria Wien. Group I has Porto, Galatasaray. Group J, Lille, Braga. Group K, Real Sociedad, Genk, Lokomotiv Moscow. Group L, Lazio, Everton are in there. So hopefully we can get through to that final this season. We don't want to fall over like last year. Home game here against Paris FC for a 2-0 victory. Arnaez is scoring so many goals. Right, we still have a little bit of money to play with, that's for sure. I'm not sure what I want to pick up, though. We could get Galliano back in as a CDM option. He just hasn't really grown physically. And if he's a central defensive midfielder or a centre-back, he really needs to get going. So, technically sound, can tackle like a beast, but just a little bit slow for my liking. What's he going to cost us? Almost 40 million. I'm not sure it's worth bringing him in just yet. What else have we got? We've got the Ibrahimovic regen at 78 overall with amazing pace, but that's about it. 87 dribbling. He's only going to cost us just about 20 million, so that would be handy as a backup striker if Debogo doesn't get going. Mendoza's there at a 77, the former midfielder. I mean, that could be a little bit handy. Still 23 million. Romalo Silva is a regen. That looks pretty decent. At 22 years of age. Baldini, I like the look of this lad. 6'2", could be one of those Italian regens. Technical, doesn't really have a lot, but has the physical stats. At 77, I mean, we've got Allen, we've got Dama. Diego Gonzalez, Uruguayan. He's only just recently joined the club. 1-star skill moves. Doesn't really look Uruguayan, to be fair. What have we got? Sanders Jr. only just joined. Rafael Henriquez, well, we know about him. Lucero, we don't need a cam. Hanabusa, up to a 75. Arturo Gil, now, he's only just moved there. I'm pretty sure he is the Ramos regen. Polmat looks interesting. 6 foot, high attacking work rate. Ooh, hello. Hello. That could be an option. That could be a real option. What's his finishing? Only 63, but we can get that up with training. You know what? He's French. I'm going to spend the money. Let's see if we can get Alexandre Polomat in as a reserve striker. Right, 13.8 million, only 800 grand over his valuation. We'll take that. Let's see if we can get a deal done for maybe a rotational player. Right, we get a man Polomat, which means Telvelo will go to the bench. Deep on the bench, but looks pretty good. 93 acceleration, 93 sprint speed, 94 dribbling, 89 ball control, 13.5 million. I mean, that is an absolute steal. High attacking work rate, 6 foot from France. So he'll slot in there nicely, sitting behind Debogo. That reserves team starting to come together. Michaels might be the issue. I'm just reluctant to buy Galliano at this stage. He's a 79 though, so we would really bolster this team. But it means that Michaels, you know, slips out. Jacobs moves right back. It's a tough decision, and we've got the money to do it. Fuck it. Let's bring him back. Right, so Vincent Galliano is going to cost us some cheddar here. But 79 rated. Let's see if we can get him back to the club. Right, it's a big money deal. We paid 10 million more. 35 million. Will he agree to a rotational contract? Right, so we get Galliano back to the club, 79 rated. He'll slip in here to the twos team. 82 stamina. I mean, there's stats there that really need to be worked on, but tackling is his specialty, and that is good for a central defensive midfielder. Will help us out in the season-long simulations. Right, there we go. Transfer deadline day is done. We spent a fair bit of cash, but we still got some in the kitty. Rodriguez for 47.5 million plus Cordoba. Fell for 58.8 million euro. Mikolas went out on loan. Polomat came in for 13.8, and Galliano came in for 35 million euro. Not a lot of business, but probably just enough to bolster this team while we wait for some of these younger players to gain their potential to be special ratings. Right, another quick look at the Youth Academy. Alovsky, 86-92. Bernard still looking all right. Diagana as well. Sam Davis. Cortez has come of age. Gasurbe looks all right. 83-94. Only 5'10". Bradley Brown is good as well. And, yes, okay. How do you pronounce his name? We'll just go with Lucian. Right, it is time to start switching things over, and hopefully the reserves team can get us a few victories along the way. They get us one here. It's a 2-0 win. Right, ladies and gentlemen, finally time to get some gameplay into this episode. It is the first round of the Europa League. We're taking on Austria Wien, and, well, recruitments in Rodriguez and Fail. Should help us out here. It's pretty funny that Schulter is the lowest rated player, but he'll come good. Don't you worry about that. Let's get into this game and see if we can start off, put us into a good position and not fuck up like we did last season. All right, ladies and gentlemen, first round Europa League. Let's get off to a banger. New players, new recruits, and hopefully that can strengthen our backline enough to push us forward here and really create some magnificent goals. Arnaise is in some hot form early in the season. We're looking to continue that on here today against Ostivine. Good save from Rossi. They came flying through. Get the ball back again. He gets around Fell, plays it inside, and Rossi there again. Barbier shoots it out wide. Cassell's got a break. Drives forward the Frenchman. The winger will look inside. We'll play back in for Amarel. Oh, good first strike on goal, but a good save. Put it away. Leaves it back forward for Arnaise, who's kept running. Slips it off for Amarel. Oh, sidebar. Amarel. Get the run here from Cisse. Down the line comes Cisse. Needs to look back inside. Picked out. Barbier. Arnaise threads one through. Oh, offside again, Cassell. Come on, time your runs. Arnaise to Amarel. Barbier. There is Arnaise. Turns it over. Oh, it's a brilliant goal from the captain. Hello. 1-0 PSG. We break it open. That's the Scout future star, the captain of this team. He's carried us from season 1. And here he is getting the opening goal of our European campaign. Just before half-time, did all the work himself pretty much here. Just took the defender on, cuts back beautifully, and it's a top-bins finish. 1-0 to PSG. Cisse. Barbier gets dispossessed. Oh my God, we've got a free kick. What? Fail. Jesus. There's the whistle. 1-0 lead going into half-time. Great save, Rossi. The shot came in from range. They'll get a corner now. Pedro. Amarel plays through. Arnaise on the burst. Here is the skipper. Oh, good save. Barbier. Interception. Schulter. Jesus. Cisse. Arnaise. Oh, it's gone in. Oh, get in, son. Oh, he's lighting it up. 2-0 PSG. All on the back of this man. Get in. Just over an hour played, and well, the keeper got a finger on it, but it wasn't enough. Look at this, Schulter to Jesus. Cisse with the quick touch, and Arnaise pulls the trigger. Off the gloves, off the sidebar, in the back of the net, and it's 2-0 PSG. Straight through the legs of the defender. Keeper did get a touch, not enough. And bang, puts it home, 2-0. Oh, Arnaise with the clearance. Amarel chips on forward. Cassell just will have the legs to get here for this. Cuts back inside. Plays it off. There is Arnaise. Oh, ref! Pay it, mate! Jesus! Rivero down the line. The last run here from Cassell. Oh, there's a free kick. Right, we're going to make 3 changes. Cisse out for Mock. Cassell out for Olsen. And Jesus has done his job. Kamara checks into the midfield. Free kick now. Olsen the man to deliver. Drives it in deep. Easy Mock was there. Barbier gets the touch. Arnaise. Can't beat the defence. Here's Arnaise. He's been in everything. He has a crack from range and works the keeper. Oh, he's on song. Arnaise gets the touch. Here's PC Mock. Plays it off Barbier. Amarel. Plays off Camera. Gets it through. Oh, it's a hat-trick! It's a hat-trick for the skipper. A 90th minute special. Oh, brilliant for the captain. This man is something special. We've known it from season 1. But here he is carrying PSG here in the first game of the Europa League group stage this season. He's got himself a hat-trick. Amarel quick touch on. Camera plays it through. And Arnaise just laces it home. 3-0. And 3 for Arnaise. And there is the whistle. We'll take 3 points. That's the way to do it, lads. Well, 11 shots to 6, but Arnaise just tore it open. Gets himself a perfect 10. 3 goals. Thank you very much. Barbier, Camera with assists, as well as Cisse. And, well, who needs Amarel scoring if Arnaise can come through and complete these kind of finishes? Rossi was outstanding as well with 6 saves. Reserves roll out here against Stade Rennes for a 1-1 draw. And we'll send the first team out here against FC Lorient away from home, a 1-1 draw. Right, we're back here in France. Philippe Albert looks like a centre forward, 76-94. Pierre Belcourt is a new lad, 6'6". Let's hope he's a centre back or a CDM. And Arnaud Gauthier, 80-94, looks like a left midfielder, but looks like a true talent as well. We are here in Argentina. We've still got Geronimo Vera at 73-94, and we now have Mateo Cortez, 76-94. And we are here in Turkey. We've got Ercan Kaymak, 68-94. We'll monitor him further. It's a home game here against Montpellier with the reserves going out. Olsen gets an early goal, and we get the victory, 2-1. Right, we'll slip another game in here today. It is the second round of the Europa League, of course, taking on Olympiacos, the Greek side, and Schulter up to an 80. So we've got an all 80-plus rated first team now, and hopefully we can come away with some more goals. Arnaiz is in some red-hot form. All right, game two. We're on our home soil here, hosting the Greek side and Olympiacos. A 3-0 win in round one. Arnaiz with a hat-trick. What will he do here today? Amarel. Cisse flicks one through. Here's the skipper, Arnaiz. Oh, who is this man? He is absolutely beautiful. That's what he is. 1-0 PSG. Arnaiz is continuing where he left off in the last game. Just has this, he's got low work rates, and somehow he just seems to be in the right place at the right time. And just smashes it home, and it's 1-0 PSG. Wait for a run, gets it from Cisse. Have to hold up. Cisse now plays forward. Arnaiz will flick on. Here's Pedro Jesus. Bang! 2-0. Olympiacos have no fucking answer. Bang! Gets in. 2 inside 20 minutes, and the link-up play here from PSG is absolutely tremendous. Arnaiz now with an assist. He's carrying this team to European glory. Gets in Jesus. 2-0 PSG. Cisse gets the touch, finds Amarel. He's been quiet, but can he set something up here? Plays one through, finds Cassell. He's in the box, flicks it back inside, tipped over by the keeper. We'll get a corner here on the cusp of half-time. This will be the man to deliver. Drives it in and high. He's going to get another crack at the cherry here, Arnaiz. What can he do with it? Oh, ref! Call it, mate! Wow! How was that not a fucking penalty? Ribeiro tries to come through. It's picked off. And they will come away with it. Well, there's the whistle. A good first half. 2-0 to PSG. Oh, good save from Rossi. The defence was there to help him out. Fail keeps it in as well. Olympiacos are pressing. Fire one forward. Cassell breaks the line. Cuts back beautifully. Delivers it in. Oh, unlucky. Amarel, get out on your bike, son. All right, a couple of changes here. Amarel being checked out of the game for DeBogo. And Jesus out for Camara. All right, we'll make one more change here. Cisse's going to check out. George Olsen in on the right-hand side. Javier. Oh, Arnaiz has done his man. Oh! Oh, my days! Oh, my Arnaiz! Wow, what a goal! 3-0 PSG. It's another 90-minute masterful class from Arnaiz. Well, he just turned the man inside out here. Look at the maneuver. Oh, he's done him like a dinner and just slams it home. 3-0 PSG. Fuck me. Gets in. And there's the whistle. Another big victory for PSG. Well, 6 shots to 3. Not a lot in it, but 12 tackles. And fuck me, Arnaiz. Is this man in some form or what? 9.5, 2 goals and the assist. And just brilliant. Another good 2 saves there for Rossi. Right, so let's have a look at how this team is developing. Rossi up to an 88, Boundary 82. Nicholas out on loan. Sorrows up to a 70. Branco 79. Fell 85. Rodriguez 83. Dama 77. Oh, yes, potential to be special. Brilliant. Valente, 75, up 1. Oscar Allen is a 77. Diaby, a 70, up 1. Assen, 69, up 2. Schulters, an 80 now, up 2. Ribeiro, 81, up 1. Bellaju, 76, up 1. Galano, potential to be special, of course, 80, up 1. Jacob 67 up 1. Michael 74 up 2. Barbier 82 up 2. PC Moxon 80 up 2. Camera 78 up 1. Kingsley Law 66 up 2. Tegmaui 73 up 1. Pedro Jesus 82 up 1. Cesay's an 87. Ender McDonald 72 up 1. Lars de Witt 75 up 3. Clark 73 up 2. Just has a sprained ankle there. Nays is up to a 90 now. One of the world's best at 22. DeBogo's up to an 80. Telvela 72 up 2. Polymat already up 1 to a 76. He's an exciting prospect. Amaral 82 up 1. Olsen 80 up 1. Cassell 83 up 1. Schmitz is a 75 up 2. What a squad we are building here at PSG. Right, player upgrade. It is the German right back, the new acquisition, the Regen in Fail. If you want to make any changes to his number or his kit, let me know in the comments section, and we'll get that one done for you in a future episode. So good luck. Right, so it's the 1st of October, and that's where we'll finish things up today. 5 wins, 3 draws, sitting in 4th. As long as we can stay in contention while we're playing in the Europa League, I'm going to be happy. We've obviously got to push for a Champions League spot. I think we should be able to do that. If shit goes sour in the Europa League, even though they want us to win the title, we will flip it over and just let the first team dominate here in League 1. But yeah, right up and about, only 3 points behind Olympique Lyon. A good start to the season, some good purchases, and hopefully we can qualify for Champions League and get back to regular episodes for season number 7. Thanks very much for tuning in today. We'll see you in the next one. I'm Sparring DK. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and you have a good one. This video is powered by Neurotech and their product Clarity. Now you can jump over to their website now, use the discount code DK10 for 10% off your next purchase, and I highly recommend this product. I use it every single day. It increases your energy, your focus, while reducing fatigue and stress. If you want to know how I get out all these videos and keep that work going, this is the product for you. So go and check it out. All the information that you need is on at that website. If you feel like making a purchase, chuck in at that discount code for 10% off. Now, if you are looking for more fresh content to check out, you can click one of these 2 videos. If you feel like subscribing, well, there's a button right there. Make sure you put on that notifications bell, and we'll see you next time.